my sound is better today. So I'm not using an external mic, because what happens if somebody calls me, which I get a lot of calls because I've got business from this phone, my mic drops out, and that's what was the problem last time, I think. So I've not bothered with a microphone. But I'm back at the breach today. Let me turn you around. I think it's that button. Nope, that button. Right, so today they are doing the fish rescues. There's some guys there now just doing the small ponds just over there. Now this is going to be a slightly different process to how they do it over on the big pond, because it's much deeper over there, and there's not very many fish in there. There's just a few perch. There was a small rescue done either earlier this week or the end of last week, I'm not too sure, where they netted a load because it was getting shallow. So this pond here is draining down through a little, if you can see a cone, that's that culvert we found yesterday, and it's going down into the main ponds down here. So it is naturally draining out, which they weren't expecting. So the fish rescue they tried the other week and it didn't work because of various things. Yeah, thank you guys. So you can hear me okay. So I'm only on the mic on the phone. I've not got an external mic attached. So if it is rubbish, let me know and I'll try and attach a mic. Bear with me, I'm just getting a load of kit off my back. Yeah, so I don't want to get the workers too up close here because they don't know I'm filming at the moment. They might not have done their hair. I'm actually limited on what I can get of guys on site as well when I'm actually on site. They don't like, Kia don't like being filmed, but he's a different company. I think they're called EME or MEM Fishing. So they're professionals who are contracted to do all this sort of thing for Canal River Trust, and they will save as many fish as they can. Great stuff. It's the problem with the sound when you go through the phone is the wind, and also because this pole, I've got a pole on my gimbal, it sometimes puts the phone too far away from your face, so it might go quieter in patches. That's the reason why. Lou, sorry, I was trying to work your name out then. It's beautiful again today, lovely weather. Spring is definitely here. Look at that, it's blue skies everywhere, barely a cloud in the sky. Let's have a look over here. So this is where the fish rescue is going to be later on today. BBC, I think it is going to be here and stuff. And that's the breach site just in there, look. So all of this stuff here, this sand that you can see, is all the spoil. When the breach came, it literally wiped out all the way down through there. But they've still got to go in and test that, and then they're going to get a boat in and stuff. So I'm just kind of filming them to see what they do down here. This is really horrible down here at the moment because the mud is very sticky. I walked through it yesterday. That's my footprints across there. If you haven't seen it, I've done an update video from here yesterday. There'll be kind of an update today, but it's a little bit more of a video about the rescue, which will go up tonight. So they're going into the second pond now, over there. So they use a process where they do electro fishing. So it gives a very, very, very small shock into the water, and it disturbs the swim bladder. It doesn't hurt the fish, it disturbs the swim bladder, and they rise to the top of the swim bladder. If you ever had a fish tank, very occasionally when you used to get a fish from the fair, they used to swim upside down because their swim bladder are gone. And that's all they're doing, is they're making that happen. So the fish comes to the top, they net them, and they're fine within a few seconds. It's just like a stun. Yeah, today is going to be a big day. Once all the fish are rescued, then this can all be completely pumped out. Then we can find where the culvert is, and actually looking at it, that's gone down quite a bit from yesterday. So we'll walk over there at some point and see what's going on. I won't get these guys on as they come up. There's a few guys here today. Josh Taylor and his mum are here. We've got Kieran from Kieran and Lottie Photography and Colin from CP Overview. They're all here filming. I don't know if anyone else is coming for the fish rescue later. That remains to be seen. So I did another video yesterday. It's available to members at the moment. You can become a member from about $1.99 a month on here. That's in the breach, kind of, well, I built a sandcastle in the breach. It's quite a fun video. It's not like a real deep dive, but it's just kind of explaining. I don't know how much it shows up on the camera here, how sandy this is. Now, of course, there's going to be a bit of sort of soil and stuff mixed into it, and there's a lot of pebbles and stuff throughout. You can see it in the bank. Can I zoom? Yeah, so if you look into that bank there, you can see all the pebbles. Where is it there? You can see all the pebbles and stuff all through there. And this whole kind of like river delta as such, it's quite fascinating to look at where it's all run through. Now, I got something wrong in my video yesterday. Up in the top there, where are we? Sorry, zoomed in too much. Up in the top there, they dug a channel down where Sefton was to drain some water, but this is all still eroded quite a lot down through here from the water coming through, which proves that it's sand. And actually, when you stand on this, I'm not going to go further down there at the moment, but when you stand on this, it moves like when you're on a beach. Yeah, like I said, they tried, so Lou again, they tried to do a fish rescue a few weeks ago, and they came in here and this was too deep, because it was actually, this was still full on this side, so they got, this bit was okay, they got across to go into this pond at the back there, and you can see how much of a drop off there is now from, the water was probably here, down to where it is now. So they were up to neck, sorry, before they'd even got to the deep part. So they pumped a lot of water out of here. Let's go over and have a look actually. So this is the pumping setup. I think I've still zoomed in, hang on. You've got the pipe comes through, it goes into there, there's floats, and then there's an end there where it pumps through. They've had to slow it down. It comes up through these pipes, comes into this unit here, and there's a generator here as well. So that's your fuel box, and that pumps out then through this pipe, and then goes to drain. Now the Environment Agency have deemed this as contaminated waste, so they won't, they can't pump it back into the canal, which I've said in videos. But someone wanted a reading, and I can show, because up here what you've got is a like a dirt trap, so all the water goes through there and settles first. So you've got to do it slow enough for that to happen anyway, but nobody can see this from the drones now. It is 15,376 of 15,376,000 litres of water that they pumped out so far. They estimated 12 to 13 million in the pond. The water's still leaking down from the breach, which they can't stop until they put a proper earthen dam up there. But yeah, it's keeping it topped up. It rises at the weekend when they don't pump. So there we go, look. I don't know if they're using electric now or they're just netting. I think the pole they got is electric, so yeah, I guess they are. Oh, hang on, there we go. The spoil heaps, the stuff from the track will be kept on site, I'd imagine, and they'll use that to backfill. The stuff over here is, I'm not sure that it'll be dug out and taken off site. They can't reuse it because it's sand, and everything they reuse will be graded. So yeah, that's part of the major cost, because hauling stuff away is very expensive. So the plan is to build a track in from over on the other side of there, which is where the compound is. They're putting a pad in for a crane to work over the breach, and then they'll put a ramp down into the breach from the top. And I'm not sure if then, I guess they can come along the track here and down through the gates here and come down onto site here, because this is starting to dry out a little bit now it's warming up. But they can't get heavy kit over because they've got the lift bridge over there. And to get heavy kit as well down through here, the lane behind me, I did a video not that long ago, there we go, is a really tight angle there. It literally goes up, then it's a 90-degree turn and goes over the bridge, over the Whitchurch arm, which is just behind us there. So they can get cranes on this side, and I don't think they'll take them over the embankment. There's no point. There's a, yes, sorry, I started answering earlier. Once all these ponds are drained, they can start working over here really. So once the fish are rescued, they can pump them completely dry then, and then keep them pumped out, and they'll be able to start sort of work over here. I'm not sure what the process of works is going to be. I'm not sure if they've got a complete plan yet at all. So they look like they're getting a few. So you've got, I'm not sure if I'm still zoomed in. I'm finding it hard to stay on a spot. I can't live stream in landscape. I think I've got to have an app for that. So if anyone can recommend anything, and please do put a link or put what it is in the description, and I'll try and get it for next time. So the problem is when the ponds get so shallow, is seagulls come in and other sort of birds that eat fish, and they'll just strip it clean. So that's why they did a little rescue last. It was either Friday or Monday, because it meant that they kind of scooped all the ones off the top. It's not easier on a sunny day because they'll be up basking. I didn't plan for this live stream, so I wasn't sure if I was going to be allowed to. So please do put questions in the comments. I'd love to answer them if I can while I'm here. If you missed yesterday's video as well, the tree, you can see that's the tree that's been cut down, which was where's it? I think it's there, if you can just sit behind that other tree. So I worked out, I counted the rings, I was about 180 years old roughly. So about 40 years after the canal was built, which would be kind of 1845, 1846 time, give or take 10 years either way, because it's quite hard to count on them when it's wet. There's a few drones up here filming it. I'm not filming this, but I'll film the main one. Let's see if we can spot them. One's just flown over. There's one. There's one up here somewhere. I can't see it. There we go. And another one's just landed. There must be quite a few in there because they're still going. They said it would only take about 5 minutes because there weren't many in there, but when you start getting in there and disturbing it, there'll be a lot sat on the bottom trying to protect themselves in the shallow water. No, Jericho J, sorry. So if you look to them there, that's where that drain is there. And I found just on this side here that there were like obvious areas where water ran down, kind of like what you've got down through here, but less extreme. So I'm pretty sure it runs out on that bank, but it's probably covered in silts. Now the mill would have been just here at an angle, and the mill leak came across here. So this has always been an access route. So I think that was probably put in to allow that to almost like a bridge across. And then the actual main culvert we think is, you can't, oh no you can. So if you see where that bag is, just there is a post. Can I zoom in any more? That's really zoomed in, so it's struggling to pick up. Can you see the post there? Down in front of that kind of white bag thing. That's where they think the culvert comes in to go to the other side, where it's still trickling a little bit of water, but not much. So they are done. I'll see if I can get a picture of the fish when they come out. I'm not sure what I'm allowed to film. Can I see the fish? I won't get them on camera, but I'll just go and ask them if I can see the fish. If someone's still filming it, so I'll wave. You might see me in someone else's video. Can I see the fish on the camera? Cool. Hang on, I've got to figure out how to do this on the gimbal. Let me just, there we go. So that is all the fish. So that's dirty water. They're going to put those into the canal now.
Yeah.
Yeah, give them a clean off and put them in the canal. Lots of fish in there. Like I said, they're stunned at the moment, but they'll be fine in just a minute. I'm going to get out of the way of all the camera crews. There we go. Where is it? There's one. I think that's Kieran and Lottie. So either Kieran and Lottie or CP Overview, they've got the posh drones. I use a mini drone. I'll show you my kit actually quickly while I'm down here. It's all a bit dirty from yesterday's fun video I did. Right, let me zoom out. Yeah, quite a few fish in there actually. That's more than I was expecting to see. So the main rescue is going to be in here, like I said. But yeah, it's great to see all of those. They've still got their kit down there. I don't know if that's because they are going to pump. Sorry, not pump more out. I don't know if they're going to have another go, or if they've just left it down there because they've got to carry the fish out. This is a secure site, so Kieran and Lottie are actually going to be on site today, I believe. So that's quite nice for them. They get access like I normally do. There's my drone. It's a Mini 4 Pro, and then I've got a camera bag full of stuff. If you're interested, my main camera is. Let me turn that off. It's a pocket camera, and it's quite cool how it works. So I'm just wasting a bit of time while I find out what's going on. So that's my camera, that's my main camera. And you've got a screen, you can do that horizontal or vertical, and then you can flip the camera around to record what you're doing. So there's me, my stick behind. Hello, it's my phone. Wait for it to go back in. Look. I use pretty much all DJI equipment these days. It's so much better. Yeah, so actually, it's just popped up from a Facebook comment on my video yesterday. When I say the embankment is completely made of sand, I'm not on about the lining. The lining itself would have been clay still, but the embankment is. I wouldn't like to put a percentage on it, but it's a high percentage that it's made of sand. Sorry, just try not to film the Kia guy. Yeah. So you imagine the embankment built up, drops down into a clay layer, which is like a trough, and then the sheet piling that's put in, you can see across the back there. The reason why it's quite shallow is because it just goes down into that clay, and that stops prop wash, etc., and various other things. Because there's a lot more from the boats go faster now, so you get like where the water breaks, and then you also get the spinning of the propeller sends a current into it. Plus up here you're on a bend all the way around, and you've got 12 million gallons of water flowing through here a day, and especially on this side where the breach is, there's a lot of wear onto that clay bed. Now it always carried water down through, it was always a thing. Hang on, fish guys are coming back. But yeah, that's there to protect the clay from eroding. It's not there as a structural thing. It doesn't hold the embankment up. So yeah, I think they're having another go. I don't think they'd have come down with that without there being more. So the reason why they do the fish rescue is, one, you know, you don't want to see all the fish dead. It's very, very important to save as many animals as we can. But it also, when this first happened, so this side is full of water, and that's where the water comes from. That's where the 12 million gallons a day comes from. And that was all gushing through here. So all the fish from that side were kind of pushed down. This side goes to locks. So when this breached, this just emptied. There wasn't any water in there carrying the fish or moving the fish. So the fish were trapped in whatever water pools were left in there. So on the first day, these same guys who are down there now were doing a fish rescue. So there have been fish rescues already. And what you don't want to do is completely rip all the habitat out of here when these things happen. So the guys doing the fish rescue are doing it because they reintroduced them to the canal and put those food chains back in. Not, you know, there's lots of things that eat the fish that come down through here. So it's not just the fish that are affected, it's all the other species around it as well. Yeah, they've got rid of, like I said, what did I say it was? 15 million litres of water through here now. And it was 12 maybe the last time I came, and when I had that ill-fated time it was about 13.5. So they've done about another 1.5 million litres in the past sort of just under a week. But they can do, I think they can do 1 million a day or something like that. It was quite a lot. You can actually hear the equipment going. It's sending the little shocks down into the water. It's just caught another one. Sorry, I'm not on them, am I? Like I said, this isn't the main fish rescue. It's going to be another one later. So I'm not recording this one for a video as such. So I thought it'd be a good idea to live stream it down here. If you like what you're seeing, and if you like my videos, please do subscribe. It's massive to the channel to do so. Every time a video goes out on YouTube, the algorithm puts it to subscribers first. And then if that does well with subscribers, it then pushes it out to other people. So it's massive subscribing to a YouTube channel if you watch their content a lot. Sorry, gone off again. There was a herring yesterday. I've seen it this morning. Unfortunately, you're never going to save them all. Even when they pump this out, I expect there's a chance there's still fish that have hidden from their shocks, because it only does, I can't remember how far they said. There's like a circumference around them that it sends a current into. It's not a big current, so you're not kind of shocking the whole pond. Was it The Simpsons? They did it where they fished and they put a shock in and they all floated up in one go. Or like the 18 where they throw bangers in and stuff. It just does a small area. This is probably easier because it's such a small pond, but you know, things are going to swim past them and survive the shock, or not get shocked by the shock. Yeah, really good. It's good to see them coming out. Every one of those fish has the potential to make more fish or be a food source for something. So every single fish is very important to the habitats around it. So it's great that they are doing this. I'm going to move because I'm stood in the shade by this green thing. Oh, that's better. It's getting a bit cold then. What's the weather like where all you lot are? Is it as nice as this? I don't know what you can hear as well, but there's a lot of bird song here. Spring is kind of really feeling like it's springing. It was nice yesterday as well. Let's just hope we don't get another downpour. Apologies as well if I'm still a bit bunged up. I'm still struggling with this cold. I've had it for about 2 weeks. It won't shift. I think it's the same one everyone had over Christmas, and yeah, it doesn't seem to go. The cough's horrible. Sunny in Surrey. I was there last week. It was very windy. Nearly lost my drone. Good in Peterborough. I haven't been up there for a while, but we're going to Norfolk. When is it? The summer holidays. So I'll stop at the Peterborough services. They're brilliant. They're so good. Portsmouth. I used to go there a lot. I lived in Hampshire for a while. I had a great auntie in Gosport. I used to love Portsmouth. Pocklington. Yeah, that's somewhere I've not visited yet. I plan to go there, always have done. So when I met Mr. Cummings, he told me, he kept telling me that I had to get to Pocklington. So I think I will do it. He loves that canal. Liverpool, hey. Red or blue, Mark? Worthing, Brighton. That's west. Is it West Sussex? Very nice. It's nice all over the country by the looks of it. Livingston, Scotland. Is that Scotland? I think that's Scotland, isn't it? Yeah. I haven't been there for a long time. I want to take my wife to Scotland. Like, she loves Wales. I mean, she's half Welsh, but she loves Wales for the mountains, North Wales in particular. That's why we come on holiday up here quite a lot, because I love the mountains. I love being in the hills. So I keep telling her that Scotland is like Wales on steroids, and the mountains are insane. When you drive down through some of the alongside the lochs and stuff, it's an incredible place. Blue. I've been to well, I've parked outside Goodison Park a lot. I've gone to Anfield. I'm gutted I never actually went there for a game. I'm one of those people that I supported Liverpool as a kid, despite not being local. But as I grew up, I moved on, and I'm quite a big I say big Swindon fan. I go a couple of times a season with my boy now. But I used to go to Anfield about 4 times a season. What's it like in what's that, Frederiksberg, Sweden? Jan, sorry, that'd be, I think. Another West Sussex, sunny in Cheshire, not far from here. Banbury. I used to go there when I was in trouble with an old business, a company I worked for. I worked for HomeServe for a long time. They're based up there. Whenever you did something wrong, you had to drive all the way to Banbury. Even when you didn't do something wrong, you had to go to Banbury to tell them you didn't do something wrong. It was crazy. Perthshire, Scotland. Hello. Sunny Slough. Drove past Slough the other day to take my in-laws to the airport. We were talking about it on the way up. Hey, Bristol City fan. Bristol's near me. Hey, Swindon Phil. Good lad. What do you think of Swindon these days? I mean the town, not so much the football club. The football club's doing all right. Perth, Western Australia. Place I would love to go. My in-laws are currently in Parks, near Sydney. Well, I think it's about 4 hours from Sydney. Sunny Suffolk. Lincolnshire, no, not yet. I don't think. I'm trying to think Lincolnshire on the map. Is that Lancaster? I plan to go to Lancaster this year. Yeah, the town is going downhill a lot, Phil, Swindon. It's very disappointing. Can I just get another shot? The camera may go funny. I'm on a gimbal and it's hard to look down, so I will hold it and take some shots. What we got in there? A few less this time, but plenty in there. Yeah. Roach. Oh, I'm too zoomed in. Can you see them? There we go. I'll let them get them in and get the fish safe. Thank you very much, guys. Right, they are packing up from there now. So they're going to start to set up on this other side over here now. So you can see them moving the kit over. Where is he there? So they're going to get a boat into it, I believe. They've got a few problems here because now it's quite a lot lower as well. You can see all through it. There's patches. So I don't know how well they're doing the boat because it's quite shallow. It's definitely down from yesterday because I couldn't see where the steps are. Where are the steps? Can you see them there? You can see the there's a bank underneath those steps, and that wasn't there yesterday. So that's great. So the 2 ponds up here, this was with the higher, smaller pond, and now free of fish. From the Philippines, it's lush out there. Is it, sorry, is your name Nai? Is that your name? Yeah, I'd love to go to the Philippines. Sunny Scarborough. I've never been to Scarborough. Pontefract, Wales. Pontefract. I'm trying to think where it is. There's lots of Ponties, isn't there, in Wales? Pontymoyle, Pontypridd. They're all down on the Mononbrack. The Shanty Tea-Bit, I've heard of that. I think I might follow them on Facebook, actually. Is that yours? Yorkshire, oh, okay. Pontefract, Yorkshire. Yeah, I've never been there. Where's that near to, then? So yeah, sorry, over here as well, what I was saying, there's lots in there, plus you can't see it, but coming from that tree there at an angle, you might just be able to see it actually just about there. If you look, I'll take my finger away so it zooms. There is a barbed wire fence, so I'm not sure how far that goes. It's getting shallower, so hopefully not too far. There'll be another fence post down there somewhere. Actually, the fence, looking at it, goes all the way around this side, then dips in the water, and where you can see there's a line of stuff over there. That's where the fence goes. So they actually might have, the boat's not going to go past this point here. I didn't sleep too badly yesterday, Circus Aviation. So I stayed local. I didn't travel up to this morning because I did a video yesterday. So I stayed about 15 minutes away in a lovely little place, Cozy Coppice Cottage it's called. It's on like an equestrian farm, and yeah, it's really nice and comfortable, perfect for a couple. Got a little living room and a little bathroom. It's like a very small building, but it's perfect for staying away in. So I can set my little office up in there and edit the videos when I get back and then upload them. The internet, as everywhere up here, is poor, but it's the best I've found in all the hotels I've stayed in. So it's the second time I've stayed, but the bed's very comfortable. Yeah, Mr. Wondering Haggis. Yeah, there's some very good people covering this. Kieran and Lottie, Riley Roby, CP Overview, Taylor's aboard, Heidi from Narrabit Pirates done a video down here as well. But the first guys I mentioned, they're here most days. David Riley and Riley Roby and Kieran and Lottie Photography are here daily doing videos. Riley Roby, before I actually came up here, because I didn't come up when it first happened, there was an emergency response to this, obviously. It's quite a big disaster and I didn't want to get in the way. So most of the pictures I shared was from Riley Roby. He set up a YouTube channel as it started. He is going to go into canals, he said, and also stuff like steam engines and stuff. He's got steam engines, he's got some bike called single big wheel bike, penny farthing. He's got one of those as well. He's doing a shed build at the moment, so it's a very good channel to follow. But yeah, he shared loads of pictures of me at the start, and a lot of my stuff came from him or Taylor's aboard, who are here today and doing videos as well. Thinking about joining Canal River Trust and Wilson Barks Trust, Phil. Yeah, perfect. So I guess you've seen my update videos through Swindon. There's a lot going on the Wilson Barks at the moment. They are building a new canal with the developers, restoring loads. That's the canal I started out on as a volunteer. So very, very good if you can join them. And Canal River Trust, you can become a friend and you get perks as well. I think you get free parking at any of their museums and stuff. Not really sure what else you get, but it's worth supporting the canal network. So they're down there now to examine things and see what's going on. Got a guy in the wetsuit there. So the fence, someone said about the fence. Yeah, possibly. That's not a bad shout actually, because it does follow the same line. So it may follow the old mill race, but it doesn't quite line up with that there. So that's the culvert going under, but the mill would have been to the side. So yeah, maybe, because the mill would have followed that rough angle of that fence as well. There we go. There's a guy going in now. Where is he? There. I should be taking some footage of this really. I might have to set up another camera just whilst doing this. Please do continue to ask questions. Live streams are very important to get questions. Where are we there? Yeah, hi from Auckland, that's Australia. Probably pronounced that wrong. Flash Gormless, Josh and his mum, yeah, and his family, his dad as well, and they were on both breaches, so they were really close to Bridgewater when it happened, and they were just upstream from this on the Llangollen side when this one happened. So yeah, they've unfortunately been involved in both, which can't be good. So they are now on that fence, and he's just gone over it actually, sorry, over there. So what he's doing now is he's going in to see how deep it is to make sure they can get everywhere they need to get to, because otherwise there's no point in doing it if it's too deep. And I reckon the deepest part is probably to the side of that tree. That's where the pump is at the moment, you can see it there. This is looking good so far. Sorry, just trying to set up a camera to do some shots to put over some it's called B-roll. Just going to get a bit closer. So thanks again to Kia for allowing me on site today, as well as Canal and River Traverse. Sorry it's very wobbly. Just call me Haggis, that's my name. Not a lot to do during the day because I have a household stuck in bed 24/7 with back problems, so YouTube's in my world at the moment. Oh, I'm glad I can give you something to watch, Haggis. But that's quite hard at the moment. New Zealand, sorry, Auckland. Yeah, that's a bad one to get wrong, isn't it? Apologies about that. Yeah, it's nice fishing the canals. I think something big just jumped. It's peaceful, isn't it? It's another good thing for the canal network, and a good reason to get it all maintained and restored. Sorry, camera, nearly there. Right. So this is another one of my cameras. I'll show you it in a second. It's not level in the slightest. Hang on. Let me just switch it on and get it filming. So this is a, let me zoom out. This is another DJI. It is a, oh, hang on, that's the wrong thing to do. I want to zoom, that button there. This is a DJI action camera. It won't let me zoom, I don't know why. Maybe because I'm not filming. I'll tap and hold to zoom, there we go. I don't use it very often, it's just an overlay camera really. I'll try and get it a bit closer. Yeah, they were quite shocked by something then, so I think something jumped. There we go, leave that there. Yeah, he's just said, did you see him putting his arms out then, the chap over there? He said the fish is massive. I think it scared him. So yeah, we might get some nice catches out of here today. Sorry, I was just, my nose is running. Another in Auckland. Hello. I don't know how many fish are in there at the moment. I don't think anybody knows. There was a fear at one point that there weren't that many in here, but it seems to be all right. Yeah. What was it? Do you know what it was? A pike. Oh wow! So it was a pike. A massive pike just went for him. I remember catching a pike when I was a kid. I used to go fishing. I don't fish these days, but I fished with my dad once upon a time. We were fishing on a river, and we kept all our fish were getting attacked. And there was a chap called Mark who used to drink at my dad's pub. He was fishing a few swims along, and he was a big pike fisherman. So we nicked a bit of his kit and we caught it. It was only about a 5-pound pike, and I was terrified by the thing. Yeah, David Harness has just said possibly a pike as well. So yeah, always multitasking when you're filming on something. It's nice to do these live streams, but it stops you from doing other stuff. So I'm sure you'd all like me to get a decent video out for tonight. Pike are like river sharks, they're horrible. Well, actually they're not, they're part of an ecosystem, but yeah, I wouldn't like to get bit by one. The breach fill given a level, I have thought about that, yeah. So whether they could use the breach stuff to build this field up so it's level, and then turf over the top. Well, not turf, but topsoil over the top, which would stop it from being such a, because as you can see the land all goes down into that corner. I think it's probably why maybe that culvert still runs slightly, because it's always going to have a bit of a puddle of water in it. I'm just going to show you something actually why they're messing around in there. So if you come across here, this goes back to my video yesterday. And well, actually no, the video coming out tomorrow, which I didn't film this bit, I've already edited it, so it's not going to happen. But as you can see, all sand in the breach. Try not to get too close to these guys and film. It's very slippery. But if you stand on this bit here, you can see where something's been in here. Look, you see those footprints? There's smaller ones as well. But if you stand on here, sorry, it's very boggy here. You can see the movement in it, and it does that same thing you do on a beach. It goes very jelly. It's all sand. And you can also see coming down here, there's quite a bit of water flowing through there today. Can you see like the sand moving with it? Now this is fascinating. I love this. So the bit they dug out was up there, but this has all been carved out by the water. It's like a Amazonian basin, I keep saying. That goes all the way down into there. Let's go back up though, out the way. So they're pumping, turn the pumps up, so they're pumping some more water out. So they're not deep in there. Right, any comments? I don't like eels. I've not really had many encounters with eels. I would like to try them. They do, is it jelly eels in London? I've never tried it. Get off the slippery stuff. Liquidation, yeah, that sounds about right. So that movement in the sand. Now, soil doesn't really do that as much as sand, I don't believe. I could be wrong. But you've got a very good bounce. And if you go, I didn't go over, but on the other side there of it, that's a lot worse with it. From Ukraine, welcome. Yeah, I hope you're all safe where you are. Yeah, so Ian, I did a video yesterday, like I said, it's in the members thing, it will be released tomorrow evening, where I built a sandcastle here. And my original plan was to bring a beach towel and all that little bit. You've got to carry kit all the way across to here, so I was going to put a separate, like a complete beach setup with a, you know, like the windshield and everything. But I never did it in the end. But I did do a sandcastle up there. It's quite a fun video. Yeah, this time of year, Fozzie, is the best. It's just so cool. Everything starts coming alive. It reminds me of my mum. My mum passed away when she was only 49, but she loved daffodils. So this time of year reminds me of my mum, so it's quite nice for me in that respect. But all the daffodils come up, and the tulips, I love tulips, 2 favourite flowers. Things start tweeting in the sky again. You can hear the air's full of it today. The sun starts coming out, everyone starts cheering up, it gets warmer. That first day you can feel that sun on your skin is the best day of the year in my mind. Sydney, I love Sydney. Liquefaction, sorry. Yeah, sorry, morning, lovely day again, yep. Watching from Sydney, yeah. I've got my in-laws out there at the moment. My brother-in-law and his wife's sister-in-law live in Parks. She's a teacher out there. They moved over a couple of years ago. She's Australian. She was from Sydney originally. So we spent 5 weeks roughly, just before I got married, so about 10 years ago, where we went to Sydney for a wedding because they got married, my brother-in-law, in Newport, which is a very nice part of Australia. In January, on a rooftop in a full-on suit, I was a bit sweaty. Just going to move over because the guys are coming up. I don't want to film them. Lovely Sydney, and we drove down to Melbourne. Stayed in Gundagai on the way down. Spent a week in Melbourne, which I wasn't so keen on. It's a nice place, very trendy place, but I'm not really a city person, and we stayed right in the middle of the city. Like in Sydney, we were out in Parramatta, so you're in the suburbs, so it's easier to get in and out. And then we drove all the way up over about a week to Brisbane. And I like Brisbane as well. We were in the city, but we were right by the botanical gardens. We could just walk down to the gardens every day. Big pike.
Yeah, absolutely. Flying more or less.
Are you allowed to be on camera?
Huh?
Are you allowed to be on camera?
Yeah.
Yeah. Big one, was it? Tried to get you?
It was just walking in there. I spoke to him obviously, and he's obviously charged to get away, or whatever he was trying to do. And he straight in 8 years. I've never had that. It was a proper straight into me.
It didn't bite then, it just headbutted. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the last thing you want when you're in there. But, do you reckon it's had many of the other fish? It's probably had a good feed while it's been in there.
I would say had the odd one. due to you surrounded with a bit of stress, you won't want to be eating too much.
Oh, okay, yeah, of course. Yeah.
But I've seen a few fish topping in there, and I'd say one decent pike that's got in to hit my leg. But there's obstacles in there, there's barbed wire.
Yeah, so that fence follows across. We were just looking at that on the video as well, yeah.
So really careful climbing over that.
It's a shame that can't be cut out, but it'd be impossible, wouldn't
Yeah,
it?
see the hedges at the back have been nice, they've been cut out as well. It could do being reduced a bit more, really.
Is it still quite deep, is it?
It's not like it's on the limit of doing the job, but it's the point of how big it is.
Yeah.
So if you imagine that pike was doing what he was doing, if we put the probes on,
Yeah.
they only do around 1.5 meters.
Right, okay, yeah.
Sort of distance around the probe, so they can just start off.
Yeah.
So it's, like
It's easy in there, isn't it? Because there wasn't much of a thing, yeah.
chasing a mouse around a hail field.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be interesting.
You're not going to get a boat in there, are you?
Yeah, we'll get we've got a little.
Yeah, you are going to get one in?
Yeah, we'll get a boat in there.
What, is it plastic or something?
Yeah.
It's not, you're not going to pop it on the barbed wire?
No, it won't do that.
Oh,
no.
excellent.
And we'll put all the equipment in it, and then we'll walk through and see what we can pick up once everyone else turns up.
I did a video on the Cotswold Canal, and we went into a tunnel, an abandoned tunnel. It's collapsed, and I was in a boat with another YouTuber called Paul Whitchurch. I don't know if you've ever heard of him. And I'm a bit fatter than him, so the boat was like that, and we skagged some from the bottom, and it deflated while we were in.
Oh my god! Did you get it on YouTube?
We didn't get the sinking, no, but we spoke about it. It was quite funny though.
Fun.
Yeah, lots of fun. So that was one of the guys. Sorry, are you MEM or EME?
It's MEM.
MEM fishing. So they do fish rescues and stuff. I'm not sure if they've got socials. Eels are the vein of the fisherman's nightmare, especially where I am. They mess up your line with a lot of slime, and you have to cut a lot of your gear away and put it in the bin. Oh, okay, I didn't know that. Another Perth, nice to see you. South Wales, lovely area. The timescale of the work is they're not too sure at the moment. The haul road is permission till the 20-something of November, but the pumps are costing a lot of money to run, so they need to get a channel in here as soon as possible, because I think it's something like £30,000 to £40,000 a week it's costing just to run the pumps. Now, quite a large chunk of Canal and River Trust income comes from providing water from one area to another, like this canal, but that's going to be eating into that income quite significantly, so they're going to want to restore it as soon as possible. My guess, I've said, because my birthday's in September, I've said mid-September, and you're welcome. Go on one of my, don't put it in the comments here because it won't be seen, but go onto one of my other videos and put a comment on the breach videos, and put a comment when you think it'll be done, and we'll see who wins. That'll be a good little competition to have. Yeah, so the fish will just go deep, and if you saw the fish they got out, it was very dirty water, so they were literally just sitting in the silt on the bottom, and that's to protect themselves from anything coming in. So it's slowly gone down over the past few weeks. So at first you could see them on a nicer day, you could see them topping out over there. Let's walk across so I can go over there now, they're not in there. But yeah, they're just sitting at the bottom. So when they were catching them, they were obviously bringing up all that sort of sandy mud. Well, it is sand here, but this is all fun. This isn't breach spoil over here. This is actually, sorry if sound has dropped out for a second. Yeah, so they protect themselves from the birds, but they still do get caught out a little bit. I have a bucket of spade in the car, like I said in that video. I made a sandcastle, so it's still in my car, but yeah, it's could be a nice tourist destination if this was kept as lakes, couldn't it? Keep the breach spoil down. Have a little kiosk selling some ice creams. Yeah, so when I do the main video, there will be a closer view of the rescue. I'll have multiple cameras out. Reminds me, actually, I've got to stop that one. And there'll be drone and stuff as well. This is just a live stream for the initial bit. The other one starts in maybe 30 minutes or so, when the rest of the press are on site. So it's just a live stream from the breach. So I'm trying to see any projects, something. The there's a fish rescue today, so I thought I'd come down and just show what's going on. I've got access today, unlike the last live stream, so I can do some closer up shots and show you around the breach so you get a bit more of a feeling of what's going on here. So they had a little fish rescue they've just done in there. They checked that pond over there, and I think it's going ahead. It's still a little deep in places because it's not the depth, sorry, he said, but it's how big it is. But they get as many out as they can. The guy just got attacked by a pike, got headbutted by a pike. Let me just take this camera over here. So I won't be on the live stream for much longer because I've got to set up for the main video. Oh, that's my camera gone. Set up for the main video. Hello, South Africa. So I'm a bit behind on comments, so I'll catch up as I'm coming across. Glen Inns, New South Wales. I don't think I know where that is. I've not been there. I've kind of travelled the coast and slightly inland, but not much. Probably as far as I've gone in is maybe Katoomba. You've got sort of scenic world and stuff, but I've driven through there a few times. Yeah, so when you do a live stream, it automatically uploads, which is why that failed. Well, I failed two really. Well, the failed one was the one that I didn't do. The sound went wrong on it and stuff. It automatically uploads. You can choose not to, but it does automatically upload. I can't go to landscape mode, so with live streaming through YouTube, it only allows you to do portrait. You can do it with an app. I'm new to live streaming, it's not something I really do, so I will try and figure out what app I can use to do it. So any recommendations, please put them in the comments. And no problem about doing a video. So this is that little culvert we found. Now there is likely to be fish in there, but that goes under, so that's what's drained all of this off down through there, look, and goes down off into the bigger of the two ponds down there. So the mill would have been here. So this is probably something to do with the mill chase. And this was always an access road to the land on the other side up there. And this is still a public footpath. So I expect that was like a little bridge, just a culvert underneath the main route through. But you can see all through here where there's channels coming out. So I think that's where the water's coming out under here somewhere, but there is some spoil on it. StreamYards, I've heard of that. So sorry, technical stuff here a minute, guys. So StreamYards, I can go portrait, and that just goes through YouTube as usual. Haggis, what's for? Here's the little generator they use and the equipment. They've not got the little rods. So what they've got is like a pole with a circle on the bottom. Looks like a metal detector without the actual detector on. Kind of like a giant version of you know those little games you used to get at the fair, or you used to see them at village fates and stuff, where you've got the electric and you go through and if you touch it beeps. I think it's a bit like that. Right. There's some guys walking through now, I won't get them on camera. Canal River Trust. Hi there, you're right. Hi there. Right, any quick questions before I go? This is the stream going down to the main culvert. Just having a count with streaming ads. Okay, thank you. I'll look it up. Don't worry about sending a link because I'll lose it when I finish this video. But I will look it up later. I'll go offline in a few minutes, so please do put your comments in if you've got them. I'm not going to go over to there because the guy watching me isn't coming down, so I'm always watched by Kia. There's a couple of guys up there actually, so they keep an eye on me and make sure I'm safe, I don't fall in or do anything silly. If there's anything you want in the video, please comment on my video from last night, from today's video, and I'll hopefully see it pop up. There's no point commenting in here because as soon as I go offline on this, it will go. Yeah, loving life. How can you not love life, Ash? All this, look at that. There's a heron up there. Let me try and get it. There we go. Good, his dinner's gone. Is it through the trees somewhere there? There he is. The canal supports so many species. It's one of the major things about the canals everywhere. Whereabouts is this? It's Whitchurch in Shropshire. So if you don't know the project, the canal breached. So there was originally a canal running through here on the 22nd of December, about 4:30 in the morning. The bank gave way and it pulled 2 boats down in. Another boat was left teetering over the top, about here somewhere, Pacemaker. You had Sefton and Ganymede inside that breach there. I can't put any overlays because I'm just on normal live streaming here. That's the idea. They pulled those boats out in January, end of January, and now they're building a compound on the other side here where there's access from a road, and they're going to start work to repair this soon. Today is a fish rescue, and they're going to pull fish out of these ponds. They've already done the small ponds, so you can see where all the mud is here. This was all at one point covered in water, and they've been pumping it out over the last month or so. Any news on Ganymede? I'm not sure. I thought I heard she was back on the water, but I don't think she is. As far as I'm aware, she's okay. Needed a bit of work done, some blacking and stuff done. And I think while she was out in the water, the owner was going to get some stuff done. So not sure. Sefton I've not heard anything more of. I expect Sefton will go up to auction, and Pacemaker is cruising the waterways and has a Facebook page. If you'd like to follow it, I suggest everyone does. High top Star Wars, and no problem on the live feed. Flush Gormless. I can't see the BBC yet. I think they're going to be here about 10:30. But I will end this live stream now. Like I said, if you've got any more questions, put them on last night's video. It's deep into the Whitchurch breach, I think it's called, and I will try and respond there. Oh, how many gallons so far of water have been pumped out? What did I say? 15 million litres. So 3.5 million gallons, I think that is. But a lot of the water flooded down through originally and went down this stream and into the culvert. So the other side of this culvert was flowing out quite significantly. You can see the mesh on there that protects all the stuff going down. Comes out on the other side. So that drained a lot of the water away. How much water came down into the breach is anyone's guess, but I would say tens of millions of gallons of water. Yeah, projects, I'm not sure what that's supposed to say. There's no idea what caused this shit, and the likelihood is there was a void underneath there that somehow collapsed. Now that's very, very hard to detect. There was an inspection 2 weeks before, and no issues were found with the culverts and the embankment as far as I'm aware. So you can't just put a finger of blame down and say it's somebody's fault for not maintaining it when it was maintained. Hold on, let these people past. You know, you're pointing fingers without any evidence. So please, let's just let CRT do their job, Canal River Trust do their job, and go from there. Let's not just point blame for no reason. They're doing a great job down here. The ground isn't, so you're on about this ground here. Who was that, sorry? Planet 8833. That's the spoil. So that's all the stuff that came out of the breach. So all the bank that washed out and sediment and various other things that came out of the canal. That's what all of this is. This here was here originally, but that high land there was all the breach. So that's all gonna have to be dug out eventually. The other side of the breach, I think it's been closed off. So I'm guessing the stream that was there was filled in or has filled itself in over the years. I mean, the mill that was over here was abandoned a long, long time ago, hundreds of years ago, 100 plus years ago. So yeah, I mean, I can't answer what happened between in the 1800s, if I'm honest on that. Right, I think I'm going to call that a day because I've got to start setting up for the other stuff. But thanks for watching. Please do subscribe if you can. If you want to do a super thanks, then that would be great as well. And I'm also on Patreon and lots of other stuff as well. So please, if you look in the description on my main videos, there's all different ways you can support me. But the main way you can support me, without, it doesn't cost you a penny, is to subscribe and like, and that will bring my content to you in the future. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day. And now I've got to finish this, and I can never remember how to do it. It's that one, I think. End live stream. Thanks, guys.